प्रणवार्ताय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्ताय शुद्धज्ञानमूर्तये। स्वामी निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sumukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhumaketurganadhyakshaha Phalachandro Gajananaha Vakratundha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandhapurvajaha Suklam Baradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignyopasantaye Yasyadvirada Vaktradhya Parishadhya Parasatam Vignam Nigdhanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamastraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Gananam Tva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamattravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasranvannotibhis Siddhasadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vaje Bharvajinivati Dhinama Vitrayavatu Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. My humble and loving namaskarams to every one of you. My loving pranams at the lotus feet of my dearest Swami, my mother, my father, my relative, my friend, my enemy, my wealth, my spouse, my children, my everything. My dearest Swami, to him my Sashtanga Namaskaranga. It's with his infinite grace, a signal of his infinite grace, that we are able to partake the meaning of Sri Suktham, especially through me, who really has no qualifications, no expertise. But Bhagavan will speak through me and hear through you, and make sure that whatever he wants to teach me and teach you, it is definitely will be taught. So with pranams to him, let us continue. Last time we briefly covered the context, a brief introduction to Sri Suktham. It's in Atharva Vedam mainly, but also appears in Rig Vedam. We saw that. In Purusha Suktham, Namo Ruchaya Brahmane, it says, Hischate Lakshmischa Patnyahu. That Brahman who is Ruchaha, full of effulgence, self-effulgence, to him Namaskaram. Everywhere the divine effulgence is there, and the Rishi is bathing in that effulgence, bathing, completely immersed. So he sees the effulgence. He says, Namaskaram to you. Then, Rischate Lakshmischa Patnyahu. That Parabrahman, that Brahman, that Paramatma, in this Prakriti, in this creation, because Purusha Suktam talks about creation, the external world as well as the internal world. Both it talks about. Both are creations only. In that creation, this Brahman, okay, has got two Patnihal. Patni does not mean wife. We say Pati and Patni. In Sanskritam, Pati means the one with the responsibility to protect, protector, caretaker, not just a caretaker, as we see in the colloquial English today, especially in the Western world. That's not the meaning I mean. What I mean is who sincerely cares and takes care, which is what Bhagavan is. So that is Pati, that is his job. He's a security, succor, everything. Now, but how does he do it? There are two things in the Prakriti that Bhagavan has created, manifesting himself. Bhagavan is everything, manifests himself. First he says, Rischate Lakshmi cha. Rihi cha and Lakshmi cha and Lakshmi. Patnyav, they are his two Patnihal. Patnihal means dependent on him. Okay? Not independent. The very first quality is Hri. Hri means humility, Vinayam, that is born out of experiencing and the reverence to that Parabrahman, that everything is him, everything belongs to him. Not me, no. Full of Vinayam, full of reverence, full of humility, full of gratitude. All these are covered in Hri. And what is the Hri? What is the other Patni? Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is not independent from Hri, and Hri is not independent from Lakshmi. We saw last time, Lakshmi is Lakshyam, the one that points to, and the one who takes care, one who takes us to the Parabrahman. And we say Mahalakshmi, immediately we think Dhanam. No, that is only one aspect of the wealth, of the Selvam. What is the most important Selvam that we see in Ramayanam is Lakshmana. Lakshmana is Lakshmi Sampannaha. Lakshmi Sampannaha. And what is the greatest Aiswaryam, the Selvam that he had? Not money, not monetary. We have this. When we say Selvam, wealth, we should not equate it to money at all. No. Absolutely not. That is irrelevant. Okay? Because money comes and goes. Morality comes and goes. And so, the Lakshmi Sampannaha, what type of Selvam that he had, what type of wealth he had, what type of Lakshmi? Bhagavan's Kainkaryam. The Selvam, the wealth of service, of serving Bhagavan in everything. And this Lakshmi has got, in the Padam, has got Laksh. It comes from Laksh. Laksh means Adayalam. Okay? But it has got elders, scholars who have experienced, they give various meanings to it. We saw that last time, very briefly recapping, because it's a week since, I think a little bit of, maybe 2 weeks since we met. So very briefly recapping that, see Lakshmi, all the resources, all the wealth, all the types of wealth, all the selvangal in this world, they all point to something. They all take us to the lotus feet of Bhagavan. That is what Lakshmi does. She takes us to Bhagavan. Namo Ruchaya Brahmane. That Brahman, that Lakshmi takes us. Not only that, she helps us. She guides us. Okay? All the mistakes that we make in the process, like a divine mother, the motherly aspect of Bhagavan is present. Compassionate. Okay? If I'm hungry, Bhagavan gives me food. Every being gets it. But that Lakshmi is present in that resource. Understand? So that Lakshmi is very much there. And many meanings have been given to this Lakshmi. So we say Sri. Swami says Sri means bliss. And Sriman Narayana who's always blissful. Okay? Sri Rama, Sri so and so, Srimati so and so. All these indicate we are all embodiment of bliss only, Ananda only. Okay, that is Sri. There are several meanings given, some of them that I just shared with you as it occurred to me. This Sri, this Lakshmi, this compassionate Daya aspect of Bhagavan that takes me to him, to a place of no return. Brahmi Sthitihi. Okay, Yesha Brahmi Sthitihi, Arjuna, is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. This state you attain, from this there is point of no return. Karma bandham is broken, there is no more birth. Right? And Lakshmi takes us there, not only points to, also takes us there with her Daya. And the Lakshmi, the Selvam, the Bhagavan is effulgent. His effulgence shines in many ways, in scholarship, in musical ability. There are so many people with spiritual advancement, with tejas. All these are various ways this effulgence shines. And this Lakshmi is always attracting. Everybody wants it. And another aspect of this Lakshmi is, it is fully contented in its own bliss. Its own bliss is very important. Now, the aspect of Lakshmi in Prakriti is also, it doesn't stay in one place. We all know that, right? And because that's a nature of Prakriti. In Prakriti, there is nothing that can be permanent. Everything has to come and go. But there is a constancy underneath this change. That constancy is Brahman. That Namo Ruchaya Brahmane. That Ruchaya Brahmane Namaha. To him, Namaskaram. That constancy is there. That Ruchaha, that effulgence is there in the changes. And this Lakshmi, this tree that we worship. This tree Suktham is a worship to this aspect of Bhagavan, Parabrahman, the Satchidanandam, who's present, manifesting both as the resources, the Selvangal, the wealth of the Prakriti. What is there not available in Bhuma Devi? You tell me. There is no difference between Bhu Devi and Sri Devi, by the way. Both are the same, as we are going to see in the Suktham. Okay? And it is just, Bhagavan has given all this for you and me, for all other beings to live. Okay? Now, along with that has to be the humility, vinayam, reverence, gratitude. They're all present. Everything is present. Okay? Now, this Lakshmi we worship in Sri Suktham. And as we said, as we covered last time, this Sri Suktham as who's the Rishi for it, who are the Devadegal, and what meter is it composed in, and how many verses does it have, and what is the benefit? Why should I do the worship to Sri? We'll quickly cover that and we'll move on. Just as a recap from what we did last time, because of the discontinuity of about 2 weeks or so. So first one, Hiranya Varnam iti Panchadarsascha Panchadarsasya Suktasya Ananda, Kardama, Chiklita, Indira, Sutaha, Rishayaha. The Rishi who, the mantra drashta, they didn't compose this, they experienced this, anubhavam. The mantrangal manifested themselves to them in their experience in the form of sabdam. Okay, so who are the Rishigal? They are Indra's sons, Ananda, Kardama, and Chiklita. The three Rishigal, all the three are sons of Indra, and this Suktham, these mantrangal are experienced by them. Their experience, the mantrangal manifested in the form of Sabdam. What is this mantram? It is Hiranya Varnam Iti. The mantram, the Suktam, begins with Hiranya Varnam Iti. Thus, it begins. And Panchadasa Panchadasarchasya. Panchadasa. The 15 Panchadasarchasya Suktasya. 15 Suktangal. 15 verses, okay, of worship. Okay, these are Rishigal are Ananda, Kardama, Chiklita. Now, what meter is it composed in? There are 15 verses are there. And meter is grammar. In Sanskrit, it's very important. Okay. So this now, naturally, who are the first now? Who are the Devataigal whom is worship? That's the next one. Rishigal, then the Devadaigal whom I worship, then the meter in which it is composed, and what is it objective with which I'm worshipping. Okay, these are covered. So the Devadaigal are Strihi Agnische Kyubhe Devate. This is Dvivachanam. There are two Devataigal, Strihi and Agnihi. Strihi, Agnihi. And Stri, we had a very brief sharing of my limited understanding with you on that. Agni. Now, who's Agni? We all know Agni means immediately we think fire. No, don't translate it to fire. Agni is the not only the effulgent, but the Shakti. The Agni is the Shakti of Parabrahman that is protecting you and me. Agni Mile Purohitam is the very first mantra in Rig Veda, from what I understand, from what I'm read about. Okay. And in the form of Agni, Purohitam, the Bhagavan goes ahead of me to protect me. That is how compassionate Bhagavan is. Before the child is born, okay, the milk is ready in the mother's breast. Imagine, it's unbelievable. Bhagavan, before I take one step forward, I don't fall down. Okay. And the sense of balance we call in science. But according to law of physics, I should not be able to walk. I should fall down according to law of gravity and center of gravity. Okay. But Bhagavan protects ahead of me. Okay. One step ahead of me. So that is Agni, Bhagavan. Also, he is Vishnu, in depending on the elders, all these Rishigal, how they worship him. Okay, you can worship him as Agni, Vishnu, Parabrahman, one and the same. So this is the Namo Ruchaya Brahmane, the Brahman and the Bhagavan, the Paramatma, Bhagavan and the Prakriti. Those are the Devataigal. Okay, what the meters is it composed to now? Is that I promised to tell you the Aksharangal last time. There are 15 verses in this, 15 hymns. 15 mantrangal, well, more than 15 mantrangal, but 15 verses we call, let's call it in English, okay? So, first one is Adhyaha Asti Adhyaha Tistraha Anushtupaha. Tistraha Adhyaha, in the beginning. Tistraha, 3 verses, or Anushtupaha, Anushtup Chandas, Anushtup meter. There are many meters, in Sanskrit grammar, and that we won't go into because for at least people like me, it is not necessary. I'm not a scholar, but there are 7 important meters that we normally say. Those of you who do Sandhya Vandanam, you'll automatically do that. Gayatri Mantram, you'll automatically do that. Okay? Pranavasya Risha Brahma, like you begin like that, automatically you will say that. These 7 major Chandasgal are Gayatri, Ushnik, Anushtup, Brihati, Pankti, Trishtup, Jagati. Now, without confusing you, let's come back to this one. The first 3 verses are in Anushtupaha. Anushtup Chandas, Anushtup meter means it has got 32 Aksharangal. Okay, 32 Aksharangal. That is each, it is composed of 32 Aksharangal, but arranged with 4 groups of 8 Aksharangal. Understand? Each group there is called Pada. So it has got 4 Padas. Each group has got 8 Aksharangal. Total is 32. So the first 3 verses are that. Chaturthi, Brihati meter. The 4th verse is Brihati meter. Now, Brihati meter has got 36 Aksharangal. And that has also got 4 Padas, 4 groupings. But each one has got 9 Aksharangal. 4 times 9 is 36. So, Anushtupa, Brihati. Then, Panchami, Shashthyau, Trishtubhau. Again, Dvivachanam in Sanskrit grammar. Okay, Trishtubhau, the Trishtub meter. The 5th and the 6th verses are in Trishtub meter. That is 44 Aksharangal. 4 Padangal, each one with 11 Aksharam. 44. Then, Tataha, Ashtau, Anushtubaha. After the 6th verse, the 8 following ones are back in Anushtup meter, 32 Aksharangal. That leaves 14. What is the 5th one? Antya, the last one. Prastara is happening, is being composed in Panktihi, the Pankti meter, 40 Aksharangal, 4 Padam, 4 times 10. This is the meter for this, okay? Sri Ragdishche Shubhe Devate Adhyas Titro Nushtubah Chaturthi Bragati Panchami Shashthyau Trishtubhau Tatoshtavanuštubah Antya Prastara Panktihi. Now, what is the objective with which I am doing the worship? Sakala Bishta Siddhartam Jape Viniyogaha. Sakala Abhishta Siddhartam. Whatever desires you have. Kalpataru is not in heaven. Kalpataru is Bhuma Devi. This very lokam where we live is Kalpataru. Whatever you desire, okay, Siddhyartham, fulfillment of desire. All desire. Okay, that is the objective. Jape Viniyoga. Viniyoga is very important in our worshipping thing. It is not only for me. I'm spreading this all around for the welfare and well-being for everybody, every being, in fact, not only human being. So with that brief introduction, I hope that was helpful. Let us go to the mantranga. The first verse. First verse is Om Hiranyavarnam Harinim Suvarna Rajatasrajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma'avaha. Om Hiranyavarnam Harinim Suvarna Rajatasrajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma'avaha. First one. Ma'avaha. Please come to me. Enidam va. Interesting thing is, Bhagavan is always with me. When I say come to me, what do I mean? I turn my mind to him, to Bhagavan, to Lakshmi. Then I realize she's already here. You look to me, I look to you. I have to see, how do I know that somebody is looking at me? Only if I look at that person, right? So when I say, Ma avaha, come to me, I'm really saying, hey, Lakshmi Devi, I'm looking to you. Moment I look to you, you're already here. Very first to worship, the beautiful in this Sri Suktham. Let us look at the Pada Arthagal. Okay. Oh, Jata Veda, the Bhagavan is Agni. Remember, one of the Devadayagal is Jata Veda means Agni. First it says, oh, Hiranya Varnam, Harini, Suvarna Raja, Suvarna Rajata Srajam. Suvarna Rajata Srajam. Okay. Chandram, Hiranmayim, Lakshmi, Jata Veda, E Jata Veda, Ma Avaha. Jata Veda, Ma Avaha. Now, the He Jata Veda. Okay. Svam, Tam is implied. Hiranya Varnam, Harinim, Suvarna Rajata Srajam, Chandram, Hiranmayim, Lakshmi. Hey, Lakshmi, Ma Avaha, Me Avaha. This in Vedic Sanskrit is different from Ma to me. Okay. So these are the appellations. How do I describe Bhagavan? Oh, you're so beautiful, you're Saundaryam, you're Saulabhyam, you're Sulabham, so many things I can say, your Viryam, your Tejas, all these are my adjectives to Bhagavan. And he will fit that, but he is more than that. So that Lakshmi Devi, Rishi, in his personal experience, Anubhavam, how does he experience this Lakshmi Devi? The fact it is all given in Strilingam, as they say in Sanskrit grammar. It is all in feminine grammar. All the grammatical things here are all feminine, Strilingam, as opposed to Purusha Suktam, which is Pullingam, which is masculine grammar. Okay. The reason this is all in Strilingam is because, again, Prishtate Lakshmi Chapatnyahu. Patni, I said, dependent. Stri means the same thing. We say feminine and masculine does not mean man and woman. All the men are also feminine only. Okay? In Prakriti itself, anything in Prakriti is Strilingam only because it is dependent on the Purusha. Okay? So, in that sense, the appellations, how the Rishi experiences, Hiranya Varnam, first we say Jata Veda, O Agni Bhavane, or O Vishnu. Hiranya Varnam, it is effulgence like a golden effulgence, which is what we see. You and I, if you really pay attention to the world outside of us or the world inside us, it will shine in golden effulgence. There is a golden hue to it. Tanganirab, Hiranya Varnam. That is why Hiranya Garbham, we say. Okay? That golden thing. So Hiranya Varnam, this effulgence that is everywhere in the golden color. Okay? Harinim. Harinim. Okay? Hara, it is Harinim is the Strilingam portion of it. Okay? Grammatically. Very beautiful. That's why this Sri Suktam sounds so mellifluous and beautiful when you recite it well. Okay? And Harini, Hara means to kill, to remove, to eradicate. One who removes all my papangal and also ultimately my ajnanam. Papam is means because of ajnanam, my ego, my sense and ahamkaram and all that, right? So Harinim, one who removes all my ajnanam, my ahamkaram, my papangal and all that, because one who purifies me by removing all the impurities. It could start with eradicating the enemies I have. Kamam, Krodham, Moham, Lobham, all the 6 enemies it will eradicate. Finally, Ahamkaram itself, it will eradicate. So Harinim, Hiranya Varnam, Harinim, okay. Suvarna, Rajata, Srajam. Suvarna, gold, Rajata, silver. Okay. Srajam. Srajam means garland. She is wearing golden garland, necklace, the nagaigal, bhushanangal, ornaments made out of gold and made out of silver. Okay, and she is Hiranyavarnam. Okay, Swarna Rajata Srajam Chandram. It is beautiful. Moment you think of Chandran, the moon, immediately your mind cools down, doesn't it? There is a cooling aspect of Chandra. Like we all know, in full moon, mind becomes more peaceful, agitations die down. Now, this Sri Devi is Chandra. Not only does he pacify the agitations in my mind, but she also grants me peace itself, Shantam. That Chandram. Okay. And another thing that you see when we all experience it, when you see a full moon, everybody, not only you, me, all the Jantukal, including the ocean, including the waters of the ocean, everybody is joyous. There is a joy associated with it, a pleasure, a beautiful happiness that comes out of looking at the full moon, isn't it? Sri Devi is like that, Chandram, one who gives joy and bliss and happiness to everyone. Hiranmayim. First is Hiranya Varnam. And second thing is, then you realize, yes, there is golden effulgence in this Prakriti, but she is that Prakriti. She is that golden form, Hiranmayim. That is her form. So Lakshmi, we have covered the word Lakshmi, one who is attracting everyone. Everybody desires that Lakshmi, whether it is learning Veda chanting, wanting to learn the meaning of Sri Suktham, or learning something, or going and earning wealth or power, whatever it is, okay, that we are attracted to it. That is that Lakshmi, the resource, the wealth, okay, and that Lakshmi, okay, that Lakshmi, and the Lakshmi, okay, me avaha, ma avaha, please grant me, O Jataveda, O Agni Deva, O Vishnuve, please grant me this Lakshmi Devi. Why grant me the may? Let her come to me. That's a literal translation. May avaha, let her come to me. What this really means, let her come to me, means is, Swami, listen, I am full of ego, I'm full of ahankaram, head weight, okay, and lots of selfishness. Very difficult for me to surrender. So, how can I surrender to you? The first person, the best way, example of surrendering Bhagavan Charanagati was Sri Mahalakshmi. We all know that story, isn't it? Like Bhudevi surrendered. So Mahalakshmi. So let me also be your primary servant. And the story you know, and with this we'll conclude today. When the ocean has been churned, so many things come out. We all know that, right? And then here comes this beautiful, phenomenally attractive, this golden color, huge, wearing golden and silver garlands and all that. And Devaragal, Asural, everybody is attracted to her. And she's got a garland in her hand. Who is he going to put that on? Everybody wants to get her attraction, both the Asuras as well as the Devaragal. Both the good tendencies as well as the bad tendencies. They all want Lakshmi only. But what did Lakshmi want? She completely ignored all of them. She walked right up to the lotus feet of Bhagavan. But what was Bhagavan doing? What was Sriman Narayana doing there? He was absolutely nonchalant, not bothered, okay, not even paying attention, so to speak. That's not true. Not paying attention is not the correct way to say it. He was not attracted because he is a Purusha. Mahalakshmi surrendered to him. Because of her surrender, absolute lack of ahamkaram, ego and all that. Okay, you have wealth, you can become quite heavyweight, isn't it? That humility, that free was there. Then Bhagavan took her in his hridayam. That's a story we all know. That attitude of surrender, that humility, that gratitude, that vinayam, and all that I must surrender to you, Swami. That is the best selvam, best wealth one can have. So that Lakshmi Devi, please, I invite her. May her come to me. May her come to me. The first verse. Om Hiranyavarnam Harinim Suvarnarajatas Prajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Maavaha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Om Tat Sat. Namaskaram. Are you all happy? Any questions, comments, thoughts, observations from anyone?
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Suvarna, beautiful color. Swarna is golden. Suvarna.
Yeah. Very good. And also, another that good point, sir. One other thought occurs to me. There is Hiranyam and there is Suvarnam. Suvarnam is pure gold. Patre Matu Tangam. And Hiranyam is like this gold that we used to wear all necklaces and all that. That is why both are very important. Very nicely said.
Very nice.
Sai Ram, very happy to listen to your divine words, Swamiji. Thank you. And there are so much implied meaning in this, just two sentences, not to be told as sentences, these divine words. Listening to through these divine words from you is really, we are blessed. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, namaskar, sir. We're all blessed with Mama's presence. I want to tell that to you, not because I want to praise him or anything like that.
Yes.
You see, because I don't think he's looking for praise, or I'm not qualified to praise. Although generally I don't. As Swami has told me, why go and praise another human being who as limited as you are? So the only praise is all given to Bhagavan only, and the Bhagavata. And I'm not qualified to comment on either one. But what I do want to say is why I feel that Mama's presence is a blessing for me and for all of us, is because the example he sets for us, that is amazing. Even at this age, how completely and totally he's thinking and is involved only in serving others. And that is an example to follow. That is why I think it's a great blessing. See how beautifully he made a comment, Suvarna. Yes, Suvarna. Suvarna, not only a beautiful color, it is the beauty of divinity itself. The objective, the Su means something that is supreme. Su is always given only to Bhagavan. And that beauty is there. So how beautifully he jumps in and guides all of us. So it's a great blessing. We're all, I'm as blessed as you are, sir. Okay. That's all I wanted to share. Occurred to me to share on.
When we chanted Sri Suktham in the presence of Swami, we just felt that Mahalakshmi is just standing before us. So beautiful. His looks and his expressions on the face, so fulfilling.
Yes, sir. That is Saundaryam beyond description.
Saundarya, exactly.
That is beyond. Nobody can describe it. Satyam Sivam Sundaram. That's what Swami is, and beyond. It's impossible to describe it. But that's what the Rishi has experienced, sir. Anyway. So anyway, we are talking. Anybody else has any comments? I know you all have to go to the Veda class. in India. I know that. So I
Eagerly awaiting next class, next session.
Okay.
No,
Namaskaram.
sir.
You know the
Tasrajam. Swarna Rajat. Tasrajam. Tasrajam. No, sir.
Rajatas.
Tasrajam.
Rajataka. It is Rajatas Rajam. Rajata is silver.
Rajata is silver. Srajam means garland.
Okay.
Srajam is one who is wearing the garland.
Okay.
And Rajata, silver garland.
Oh,
Rajinikanth.
Okay.
Yeah. Rajata is silver.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Right, namaskaram. Any other comment? Anybody else? Okay. Then, with Bhagavan's grace, Swami's grace, Anugraham, next Saturday, we'll meet.
Thank you.
Namaskaram.
We are hearing a very detailed and beautiful explanation of Sri Sukta.
Namaskaram. Sairam.
Namaskar.
Namaskaram.
Namaskar.
Sairam. Namaskar.
Sairam.
Namaskar.